step towards improving security and public safety in our state. 48, Laws of Oyo State 2000, and all other enabling laws and powers in that regard, I signed the Executive Order number 2 of 2026 on the regulation and enforcement of vehicle registration and traffic management in Oyo State.
The governor urged citizens to stay vigilant, united and resilient, warning that fear will undermine collective confidence. Earlier, the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Abiodun Aikomo, outlined the framework of the new order, which includes prohibition on unmarked vehicles driving against traffic and the regulation of vehicle registration, among other security measures. Olalekan Sulaiman.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, has assured residents that the state's newly procured Diamond DA-42 surveillance aircraft will soon be deployed to enhance surveillance and strengthen security operations across Oyo State. Governor Makinde gave the assurance while receiving the Nigerian Air Force Commanding Logistics Officer, Air Vice Marshal Abdul Sule, and his delegation during a courtesy visit to the Governor's office in Ibadan. Governor's office correspondent Olalekan Sulaiman has the reports.
The Oyo State Governor, Engineer Seyi Makinde, hosted the Nigeria Air Force Commanding Logistics Officer, Air Vice Marshal Abdul Sule, and his delegation at the courtesy room of the Governor's office, Agodi, Ibadan. In his address, Governor Seyi Makinde appealed to residents to remain patient as the government intensifies effort to secure the release of recently abducted victims in the state. He reiterated his administration's commitment to strengthening security, noting that the planned deployment of surveillance aircraft will enhance intelligence gathering, improve monitoring capabilities, and support ongoing efforts to protect lives and property across the Oyo State. The governor commended the Nigeria Air Force for its support since the abduction of pupils and teachers in Orire local government area, describing the intervention of the Air Force as timely and encouraging, while also pledging further collaboration with the Nigeria Air Force on training and maintenance support.
So my advice is, please be patient with us. We bought those aircraft without anyone's prompting. We went that route because we felt we required that to make Oyo State even safer, and these adjoining states as well. Because like the AOC said, the Air Force is, they are stretched. Things are happening all over the country. And whatever we can do at the subnational level, you know, to make their job a little easier, we're going to do it.
In his remarks, the Air Officer Commanding Logistic Command, Air Vice Marshal Abdul Sule, assured the Oyo State government of its full support in tackling the ongoing kidnapping incidents in the state, describing the development as a national security concern that requires collective action.
We are aware that the state government has procured some Diamond 42 aircraft, which are presently in our base in Ikeja, awaiting assembly. We want to assure the governor that that aircraft type, we have been operating it for more than 15 years, the Diamond 42, and we have experienced pilots and engineers that have been operating it for long. So we are available if the state will need any support from us. In addition to the hangar where it will be assembled, if you need any technical support, any advice while you try to operate and maintain the aircraft, our experts are available and will offer you whatever support you can.
While confirming that the Diamond DA-42 aircraft procured by the Oyo State government are currently stationed at the Nigeria Air Force Base in Ikeja, awaiting assembly. Air Vice Marshal Abdul Sule assured the state government of the Air Force technical and operational support. He added that experienced Air Force engineers and pilots will be available to provide the necessary expertise whenever required. Olalekan Sulaiman.
The Oyo State Police Command has revealed the details of how the kidnapped sister of former Minister of Power and his twin son, take two, and her twin sons were rescued as the Commissioner of Police led journalists to the kidnappers' hideout in Ibadan outskirts. Adebayo Abdurrafi has a report.
The victims, Mrs. Busayo Adeguke John Paul and her 12-year-old twin sons, were abducted in the early hours of Wednesday at Elewura area of Challenge in Ibadan Southwest Local Government area. Following the incident, security operatives launched an intensive search that culminated in a midnight raid on a suspected kidnappers' hideout located in Lakong community of Ayegun Olujoro Road in Oliole Local Government area. Leading journalists to the location, the Oyo State Commissioner of Police Olugbenga Bimbola stated that the victims were rescued unarmed from the 3-bedroom bungalow allegedly being used as a detention center by the criminal gang. While explaining that intelligence-led investigations enabled security operatives to track the victims to the secluded location, the Commissioner of Police expressed concern that suspicious activities around the property allegedly went unnoticed or unreported despite its location within a residential neighborhood. According to him, preliminary investigations revealed that some residents had observed unusual movements around the compound but failed to alert security agencies.
According to those who we have interviewed, they said they will be hearing the happenings in the other compound, but they cannot come out. So obviously, what is there is that if you see something, you say something. If they have done that, maybe for a while, we will have been able to arrest them before now.
The police boss disclosed that a fierce gun battle ensued during the operation, resulting in the death of 2 suspected kidnappers, while 4 others were arrested, adding that some members of the gang escaped with gunshot wounds. Also briefing the press at the police headquarters, CP Abimbola disclosed that among items recovered were an unregistered Toyota Corolla car used for the kidnapping incident, 3 pump-action guns, ammunition, charms, and other materials believed to have been used in the gang's criminal activities. Responding to questions on whether the abduction was politically motivated because of Chief Adelabu's status, the police commissioner said investigations were still ongoing and no conclusion had been reached. He further stated that government authorities will determine the fate of the property allegedly used as the kidnappers' hideout.
The Oyo State Command reiterates its unwavering commitment to the protection of lives and property across the state, and assures the public that all criminal elements will be relentlessly pursued, arrested, and brought to justice.
Meanwhile, some individuals at the police headquarters requested anonymity, alleged that they had previously fallen victim to the same criminal gang. They claimed that ransom payments ranging from 10 million to 40 million naira had been demanded from victims before their release. Assuring residents that efforts are ongoing to apprehend fleeing suspects and dismantle other criminal networks operating within the state, CP Abimbola called on members of the public, particularly medical practitioners, to inform the police if they encounter anyone with unusual injuries. The successful rescue operation has been described as a major breakthrough in the fight against kidnapping in Oyo State, with the police reiterating the importance of community participation in crime prevention through timely and credible information sharing.
Meanwhile, the Oyo State government has demolished the 3-bedroom bungalow allegedly used as kidnappers' hideout involved in the abduction of the younger sister of the former Minister of Power, Chief Adebayo Adelabu, and her twin son, located in Lako community. Ayegun Anoye, Olojuwo Road, Ibadan. The demolition was carried out on Monday morning by the team led by the State Commissioner for Works and Transport, Architect Mugbonjibola Abdulmojid. Details are presented by Governor Service Correspondent Olalekon Sulaiman.
The Oyo State government on Monday intensified its efforts to combat kidnapping and other criminal activities by demolishing a 3-bedroom bungalow allegedly used as hideout by kidnappers involved in the abduction of the younger sister of former Minister of Power, Chibayo Adelabu, and her twin sons. The property, located in Lako community along the Ayegun Anoye Olojuoro Road, Ibadan, was pulled down and monitored by officials of the Oyo State Ministry of Public Works and Transportation. Security was also provided by officers and men of the Nigeria Police Force who monitored the exercise to ensure order throughout the demolition of the suspected criminal hideout. Speaking with journalists during the demolition exercise, the Oyo State Commissioner for Public Works and Transportation, Architect Abdulmojid Mugbonjibola, said the action was necessary to serve as a deterrent to criminal elements operating within the state. It disclosed that the state government had revoked ownership of the land, reaffirming its commitment to protecting lives and property as well as tackling insecurity across the Oyo State.
On His Excellency's instruction that to make sure we demolish everything to the ground. It's not just curbing insecurity, it's basically to teach people, residents, landlords, agents, to be careful on their transaction with people. Sincerely, I need to be a bit frank on this. This is just the beginning of, telling people that if you see something, you need to say something.
The commissioner also urged landlord associations, property agents, and residents to remain vigilant by closely monitoring activities within their communities and reporting any suspicious movement or criminal activities to the appropriate authorities. Speaking earlier, the vice chairman of the Community Landlord Association, Mr. Matthew Olaya, who noted that the occupants always returned late in the night and may be away for some days, said the 3-bedroom bungalow was recently rented by the suspects. Olalekon Sulaiman.
Persistent road crashes around Taki Square, Ogumosho area of Oyo State has been generating different reactions. The ever-busy Taki and commercial hub of Ogumosho records no fewer than 2 incidents in a week, as the area recorded 2 truck accidents within 48 hours. BCOS correspondent in Ogumosho, Aderia Miakomu, has a report.
There was panic at Akpake area of Ogumosho on Thursday evening when a petrol tanker overturned and veered off the road after reportedly developing brake failure while ascending Akpake Hill. The tanker, bearing registration number KMC 787ZU, Kano, crashed into motorcycles, roadside stalls and kiosks, causing extensive damage to property and forcing traders and residents to flee for safety. When BCOS News visited the scene about an hour after the incident, traffic movement along the route had been disrupted, with motorists and commercial transport operators diverted to alternative routes. Some eyewitnesses, including a shop owner, Gabriel Fajobi, and another resident, Isaac Ismail, said the tanker lost control while ascending the hill. They noted that the situation could have resulted in a major disaster had the tanker caught fire.
Ìjàmbá ọkọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ó dì pẹ̀lú ọkọ̀ àjàgbé ó lùsọ ìjánu ẹ̀ láti oríta Takí tó fi ń bọ̀ wá sí agbègbè Àpàké ní Ògbómọ̀ṣọ́. Ìgbà tó dé wájú Wema Bank ó try láti lo ìjánu ẹ̀ bọ̀ ìjánu yẹn ò mú mọ́. Ilé oníkálukú ṣe ń pariwo pé káwọn èèyàn kúrò lọ́nà paríparí ẹ̀ ibi tí ó padà lọ fi ìdí jálẹ̀ lé ìbá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Confirming the incident in a telephone interview, the zonal commander of the Ogbomoso Fire Service, Engineer Mojid Olubodun, attributed the accident to brake failure. He explained that the fire service received a distress call shortly before 7 o'clock in the evening and immediately deployed a rescue team led by Chief Fire Superintendent Rashidat Dairo, who was returning from another official assignment. According to him, officers promptly foamed the tanker and surrounding areas to prevent any outbreak of fire. Security personnel, including officers of the Nigeria Police Force and the Oyo State Road Traffic Management Authority, OITMA, were also at the scene to maintain order and manage traffic. The tanker motorboy told BCOS News that the vehicle was transporting petroleum products from Lagos to Kaduna before the accident occurred. As of the time of filing this report, efforts were ongoing to transfer the contents of the overturned tanker into another tanker to forestall any further danger.
With the recent surge in banditry across Nigeria, residents now live in fear of the unknown. What was once widely regarded as a northern problem has now spread to other regions of the country. Banditry has paved way for other crimes, serving as an umbrella for offences such as armed robbery, rape, extortion, kidnapping, and more. Residents have sent distress calls to the government through various channels, urging stakeholders to urgently address this devastating menace. Many Nigerians now go about their daily lives with troubling questions like, who is next? Which school will be next attacked? Which state will be the next? As the nation continues to grapple with this challenge, citizens are advised to remain security conscious. If you observe any suspicious activity around you, do not remain silent. Report it immediately. The government, in collaboration with security agencies, is committed to taking decisive action. Thank you for watching Security Lens on BCOS Television. I am Mary Adedapo. Bye for now.